Hi, I'm David Traversi, and this is part of our series called How to Grow Your Business. We're talking about cash, your money, and the topic of this episode is the fact that money is not fungible. Debt versus equity. I know this might seem overwhelmingly obvious to many, but I'm still amazed at how many business owners don't really understand the difference between debt and equity. Let's talk about debt for a minute. Debt is borrowed money that must be repaid with interest. Examples include bank loans, lines of credit, and even credit cards. The advantages are that it allows you to maintain ownership control, and the interest is often tax deductible. The disadvantages are that it requires regular payments, and it increases your financial risks such that you could lose control of your business if you're unable to meet the terms of the debt. Debt is less expensive than equity. Now let's talk about equity. Equity represents ownership in the company. Examples include personal investments, angel investments, venture capital, private equity, and public equity. The advantages are that it usually does not involve a repayment obligation, and it allows you to share risk with other shareholders. The disadvantages are that it dilutes your ownership percentage and may involve giving up some control. Equity is more expensive than debt. Let's talk about other distinctions. Beyond the debt versus equity distinction, there are many other factors that make one type of money non-fungible. In other words, not readily interchangeable with other forms of money. They include regulatory and legal, for instance, restrictions on use of the money, tax, deductibility and credits, contractual restrictions on the use of money, logistical, credit cards, cash, and technical, cryptocurrency, blockchain. Study the distinctions. This work is not broad enough to be a useful guide to all the distinctions between the various forms of money, but I strongly recommend understanding the implications of every form of money you will be employing and hiring experts to advise where the water gets a little bit too muddy. Thank you, and look for future episodes of How to Grow Your Business.